YouTube fam? It's the Southern Girl, Shantae Levette, and on today's video, I am finally done with my office. Yay! It definitely has been a process to get to this point, and I'm so excited to share with you all that I accomplished. So let's go ahead and take a tour of Live, Lounge, and Lay. When organizing your office or any space, the first thing is you need to sit down and figure out what the space is really going to be used for. I knew that my office would be used in 3 different parts, being my office area for, bills, paperwork, the crafting area because I do like to do a lot of crafts, and also my sewing area. So with that in mind, I began the purge. Oh my goodness. And I only kept the things that I thought was most important for each function. And now that my office is functioning in 3 parts, it's really just like how our bedroom is set up. The office area, of course, is where I live. You gotta work to live. Our lounge area, or our sitting room, and then the lay area, our bedroom. So now all of it is cohesive. It all works well together. Above my desk I have my hutch, and I have a variety of items there, some notepads, my stapler, tape, sticky notes, things that I wanted to have ready at hand. And on top of my hutch I have my beautiful black Barbie by Brian Lars. My mom gave that one to me because she's a collector of Barbies. These are the mirrors that I purchased them at Target for only about $5 a piece. It really opened up the space when I put the mirrors above the hutch. Gave it a different feel. And I wanted to be able to store all of my rulers where I could get to them very easily. This is a oatmeal container wrapped in some wrapping paper that I purchased in my first haul video. And also on my desk, my fabulous desk caddy came out so good, and it's a place for me to drop my mail till I can get a chance to look at it. I never like to sit my computer just directly on my desk. This is the runner that I purchased, and I was able to cut that runner up and use it in 3 different areas. One under my computer and the other 2 places underneath my sewing machines. I wanted something pretty to be a buffer between the computer or the feet of the sewing machine so that neither of my desk will get scratched. My desk has 1 large single drawer. If you've ever had 1 large single drawer, you all know that it can get pretty junky pretty quickly. The best thing to do if you have a large drawer or any drawer is actually to set up dividers. But my drawer was very shallow, and it was really hard for me to find. I was taking containers back, I measured, nothing would fit. I had some shoe boxes that I was going to get rid of because they were kind of bent up. And when I took the lid off, I was like, hey, this might just work. I put the shoe box lids in the drawer, and they were a perfect fit. I ended up cutting up the box, using the scrap pieces to make, little custom dividers, so to speak. Now my drawer is fully organized. So sometimes you have to think out of the box, no pun intended, to achieve what you're looking for. So in my drawer, of course, there are extra pencils. I love mechanical pencils, pens, my stationery that I'm sending out or working with right now, my specs, tape, just all these little things that can get away and make a drawer look really messy. Now it looks totally different and everything is divided. And down below my desk is that already magazine holder that I got for $2 from the thrift store. Adding just a little gold paint onto it, now I have an area where I can keep my magazines in check. And y'all, I have to tell y'all about my basement find. Oh my goodness. I went down to the basement, and I actually had never noticed this. I don't even know what piece of furniture came from, but my honey was going to make it a trash deposit. I saved it and decided to go ahead and paint it. It had some great lines, and now I'm using it as my camera station. This is where I can charge my cameras up. I can keep all the equipment in one spot. All of that stuff can be housed right here together. And inside of the box I have my external hard drive, cords, things that are kind of unsightly and you just don't know where you want to put them. Well, they are nicely tucked away in this beautiful box. I am trying to be a little more efficient in things that I do during the week and make sure that I prioritize things that need to get done. And I found this cute little animal print notepad at Marshall. I decided to do a to-do list and just list 5 things that I plan on accomplishing each week. And when I'm done with that list, I can move it over to the done pile. And I just really wanted to see how many things am I accomplishing in this year of 2015. I always tell people to try to use as much vertical space as possible. I saw these hooks at a store called Ollie's. They were like $1.99, but it was a good size hook. And I wanted to get my computer bag, my bag that I go out when I see clients or when I'm carrying samples or whatever. I wanted them off the floor, and since my space of course is limited, I decided to hang them up on the side of my desk, and now they hang nice and neat and I can grab them and load them up when I'm getting ready to go out very easily. I have wanted this bulletin board from Ballard Designs for some time, and the one that I wanted was $229. Okay, well, I was at a store called Ollie's. It's sort of like a Big Lots here, and I found this board, and I said, hey, I can get some fabric, get some of those nail heads, and create the same look for a fraction of the cost. All in with my nails, fabric, and board, I spent about 20 bucks. And of course I had to put my initials up there, SG for the Southern Girl. I'm looking forward to adding more items to my hack of a cork board. And actually this is a lamp that I have the other one in our sitting area. This is the beautiful box that came with the purchase of the Tory Burch perfume. Now guys, I did a review on that perfume. It was in my 5th video, so I hope you all can swing over there and check it out. It was my newest newbies, and see what I have to say about that perfume. But I can say the box is absolutely gorgeous. When I was setting my zones up, the zone for my office, of course I knew that my printer needed to go someplace. I needed to house any extra paper, cartridges. So just think about that when you are setting up your zones. By grouping everything and keeping everything right there together, it makes it easy for me to see how many supplies I have and what I might be running low on. A print station or print area would be great for an office. Here are my fabulous storage boxes that I got from the Dollar Tree for $1, and I recovered them using the wrapping paper and the glue stick, and they came out great, and they really make a great addition to my office area. Now, how I decided is not how it started out. I actually had planned each shelf on the side of each desk, so I was just going to use the side walls, keeping the area under the window open. But when I started setting it up, it just didn't look right. Sometimes you can have an idea in your mind and then it doesn't work, but don't be discouraged. There's always another solution to a problem. I did not measure this space. I had already purchased my file cabinet from Target. I said, well, why not make everything one cohesive unit? I'm telling you guys, it fit perfectly. I have not a half of inch to spare, but it worked out, and now I can see everything. Everything is organized. I have the section that is designated for my office items. The 2 top areas on the tall shelf, definitely for paints and all my crafting goodies, and then down below are projects. I decided to leave out fabrics that I'm presently working on instead of keeping everything out, and this allows me to keep the chaos under control. Now moving into my sewing area, because sewing notions are so small and you can have so many items, that definitely took me a little longer to purge that area to know exactly what I would be using. I actually used to have 3 floating shelves, but I discovered that once I purged and I separated everything and organized it, I actually didn't need the 3rd shelf. I took one down, patched the holes, and decided to only use 2 because I knew I was going to put some other things on there and I didn't want the wall to get overly busy. And by removing that 3rd shelf and emptying some of the containers, I now can see all of my threads. I can see how much thread I have, which colors, and they actually look really pretty up here together. It's kind of like a rainbow. I still have additional space if I need to pick up some more colors. So like I said, once you purge and really get down to the nitty-gritty, you'll really see how much space you really have to work with. I am so happy and pleased with my metal chalk labels that I got from the Target dollar spot. Now I can visibly see everything. I have everything labeled, and it just makes everything more cohesive, a little more neat, and definitely easier to get to. I got the desk from Ikea. I had the same issue. The 2 large drawers. Having a lot of small sewing notions, it can get chaotic pretty quickly. I had some clear containers that I got from Marshall's off of the clearance, and I decided to use them on this side because of all of the small items that I would use while I'm sewing. Before I organized, it seemed like I didn't have any space, but now that I'm organized, I really see how much space my drawers have to offer. And guys, this area in our bedroom, which was so crazy, this little area that's probably about 10 by 9, it didn't have a light source. I've had this hanging drum shade lamp for some time, and I had it hanging in the corner before, which it really didn't give off much light. I decided to go ahead and hang it in the center of my office, which it really helped to illuminate by running the cord straight down and in front of the window. It actually disappears. It's kind of a trick of the eye. Now I have more light in my office and it really helps to brighten the space up. You all know about my two beautiful chairs that I have in my room. My ghost chair that I recently purchased, that was in one of those Fabulous Fine Friday videos. And my other chair, a vintage chair that came from my great aunt, and it is a swivel chair, so I decided to go ahead and paint that chair, the base of it gold. Believe it or not, I was telling my mom about I wanted a ghost chair. She was like, well, what is a ghost chair? I told her, I said, it's a clear acrylic chair. She said, well, it's one sitting on your grandmother's back porch, and it's been out there for about 5 years. OMG. Gave it a little love, and now it's here, happy in my sewing area. It has a swivel on it. The chair I know has to be about 40 years old. It allows me to move freely. And it still works great, y'all. It has a little squeak here and there, but hey, who doesn't at 40? Well, guys, that's going to wrap up my office tour. I am at a point that I'm really happy with my live, my lounge, and my lay area. But really, you're never really done. I still have a few things that I want to tweak. I do want to get a bench at the foot of our bed. I want to do a couple of things in the lounge area, but overall, I'm really happy at this point. And your home should always evolve and change just like you. So if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And always remember to subscribe.